This is day 2 of match day 1 of the Champions League preview. Yes, and as we all know, big games have happened. A lot of exciting news, a lot of exciting things have happened in this Champions League game week. Controversies and a whole lot. Yes, so we are here to delve in all this. Yes, so let's start with the game against Real Madrid and Marseille yesterday. Yes, as we all know, Madrid won by 2-1 after getting a red card to Carvajal. Yes, so I think in this game, Madrid really dominated this game from the get-go. Yes, but then Marseille also showed their power. They showed their strength in this game. As we mentioned last week, they had the likes of Greenwood, who also showed in this game very well. He played his best, did a lot of things, and then assisted Marseille's goal. Yes, the likes of Gomez didn't start though, but then came after in the second half. Yes, so in this game, their star man, as I mentioned here, Kylian Mbappe, is in top form, getting all 2 of Madrid goals. Yes, but then the main controversy, the penalty for the second goal. Personally, I think that was too harsh on Marcel. The player was going down, and then automatically his hands will also be going down. So I think VAR should have interceded this decision for the referee to go and check. But then I don't know why they didn't do this. To be honest, I think that was too harsh on them. But then Kylian Mbappe stepped up and then got the second goal for Real Madrid. Yes, so Madrid got their first 3 points of the league phase of the Champions League. Yes, so the second game that I would like to talk about is the Arsenal game. This game, I think, has been one of the most interesting games of match week 1. Arsenal winning by 2-0 away to Atlético Bilbao. It was a very strong match, very difficult game from the start to the finish of the game. Bilbao really played well. They dictated a lot of aspects of the game. We were expecting Arsenal to, personally, that was what I was expecting. I was expecting Arsenal to dominate the game throughout the 90. But no, Bilbao also came in, played really good football. But then I think they fell short because of the absence of Nico Williams. I observed something. They really needed players, let's say left-footed players on the right wing and then right-footed players on the left wing, just to cut in and then try shots. That was the only aspect of the game they were missing, because going forward they were very good. They created a lot of chances, but then I observed that their attackers always find it difficult to go down their strongest side. Having a right-footed player playing on the right wing is far different from having a left-footed player playing on the right wing. Yeah, so I think they didn't have that, and then in addition, the absence of Nico Williams also really worried them. Yes, but then Arsenal, with a whole lot of quality that they have in their team, finally started getting the goals. And I think kudos to Arteta for the subs that he did in this game. Martinelli came on, and I think that was his first touch or first involvement in the game, and then got Arsenal's first goal. Then another sub also came in with a goal. Trossard also giving Arsenal the second goal in this game, and then getting all 3 points for Arsenal. But then fair play to Atlético Bilbao. I didn't expect them to play this good against this Arsenal side, because last season against Manchester United, they really did poorly. They didn't play to their best. So I was thinking this game was going to be very difficult for them. It was very difficult though, but then they did very well, to be honest. Tactically, going forward, defensively, every aspect of their game was so good. Every aspect of the game was so good from Atlético Bilbao. They made things very difficult for Arsenal from the get-go. Very difficult. I wasn't seeing Arsenal scoring, to be honest, because Arsenal really struggled in the final third. People like Madueke, who I think was in very good form before this game struggled very much in this particular game against Bilbao. He picks up the ball, but then in the final third, he finds it very, very hard to deliver. And I think that was some good work from the Atlético defense. Yes, so I think Arsenal have done their best. They got the most important maximum 3 points, and I think they will be looking forward to finishing very strongly in the league phase of the Champions League. So now, Chelsea versus Bayern, or Bayern versus Chelsea. Bayern played at home to Chelsea and then beating Chelsea by 3-1. This match was highly anticipated. Everyone was in a hurry, or was wanting to get a feel of how this game was going to be. Yes, so Chelsea made some appalling decisions again from Enzo Maresca that I think shouldn't have happened. You started this game with Malo Gusto at right back, which I think this game wasn't a Malo Gusto game, to be honest. I was expecting Reece James to start at right back. You see, in games like this, we just go with the basics. What we know is best for us. We go with our best players in games like this, against a top side like Bayern, with quality players like Harry Kane, Gnabry, and a whole lot of them. So why should you go into a game as if you are going to experiment? That's the first point. Reece James shouldn't have been in midfield. That's my view. Because looking at this game, you know Bayern's strongest weapon, or their strongest area, is on the flanks. The likes of Olise, the likes of Diaz, we know how good they are on any day. So you play your best, like when defending. Cucurella did a very good job. But then Gusto, we saw how he fell short, and even giving away Harry Kane's third goal, or Harry Kane's second goal for Bayern's third. So I think Maresca should work on some of his selections, to be honest, because from Brentford to this match, he has made some appalling decisions that have really gone against Chelsea. Yes, so in this match, here are some observations that I've made that I think made Chelsea fall short. First of all, allowing Olise to operate so comfortably in this game. Allowing Diaz to operate so comfortably in this game. And all goes down to Maresca's decision not to play Reece James at right back. I think that's the main position, that's the main place I'm focusing on, the right back position. Just imagine Reece James handling Diaz. We know how good Reece James is. He's very difficult to go past, very difficult to dribble past. Yeah, so I think if he had played Reece James at right back, it would have reduced Bayern's danger on the attack. Olise also did well against Cucurella, but then Cucurella didn't give him that space to operate that much. But then he still provided that ball that led to Chalobah's own goal. That was Bayern's first goal. Yes, so allowing certain players like this to come in the game, to operate, to get in the groove, is a very big problem to you. We know how players like Harry Kane are. We know how good they are on any day. Technically gifted, very good on the ball, has an eye for goal. So Chelsea should have played their best defense against this Bayern scoring machine. Yes, so I think Maresca, once again, should be very cautious of the kind of decisions he makes when doing selections for Chelsea games. Yes, secondly, João Pedro was isolated in this game. João Pedro was isolated. Right? And then there was no connection with his wingers. That's Pedro Neto and then Kopama, who played on the wing today. There was no connection. There was no cohesion. They weren't compact when pressing. João Pedro could not do all the running up front. If you watch really well, he was isolated. He was out of the game. This made Bayern's defense so comfortable to play out from the back. We all saw it. We all saw what happened. So he didn't even get a chance. All the balls that he gets, immediately he gets the ball. João Pedro, immediately he gets the ball, he's crowded. He's alone, always. And this didn't give Chelsea an advantage going forward in this match. So I think the isolation of João Pedro alone, the likes of Pedro Neto should have connected, especially during link-up plays. But then every time he gets the ball, he's alone. So how do you expect to progress? So I think that's one thing that I observed that really killed Chelsea in this match. Yes, another point, Enzo Fernandez. I'm someone who has been very critical of this guy since his arrival at Chelsea. The amount of money that he was brought in for. Personally, I feel he hasn't been at his utmost best since he got to Chelsea. We know how Enzo Fernandez played in the World Cup at Benfica before Chelsea brought him. Enzo Fernandez goes to Argentina national team. He does exceptionally well. But then when he comes to Chelsea, he looks bank average to me. Enzo Fernandez has never looked world class to me in any Chelsea game. Yes, so Enzo Fernandez, I think the pairing of him and Caicedo really covers him a lot. Caicedo covers him a whole lot, so many times. So that's the importance of players like Caicedo in your team. Even if a player falls short, he covers him quickly. That's how come some people don't see how weak or how bad Enzo Fernandez plays most of the time. But then in this game, we could see how bad he was. Yes, so I think Enzo Fernandez should have been subbed earlier. I think he should have been subbed earlier to prevent all this. Yes, so I think when saying he should have been subbed, I thought Chelsea made a sub which wasn't it. Bringing in Andre Santos. That's one of the bad decisions I've seen Enzo Maresca make. You are playing away to Bayern for God's sake. Away to Bayern for God's sake. And then you bring in Andre Santos. And bring in Andre Santos and take off Regimes. First of all, playing Regimes in midfield was an issue. But then we found out, or we saw, that his presence was a calming one. It was a calming presence. At least Chelsea had some kind of control in midfield. But then just look at this. Immediately Chelsea came back from the halftime, trailing by 2-1. Chelsea still had control. But then just look at this. When he took off Regimes, left Enzo, and brought Andre Santos, look at what happened. Why not leave Regimes, take off Enzo, and bring Chelsea's wonder kid, Estevao, into the game? We know how good he is. He can play on the wing. He can play as a number 10. So I think that was a very, very, very bad sub from Enzo Maresca as well. And I said earlier on, Caicedo was off today. The kind of work that he does, the kind of work that we know him for, he wasn't up there today. We know how world class, how good Caicedo is. But then, for today, Caicedo was off, to be honest. So yes, Caicedo being off led to a whole lot of things going against Chelsea. Yes, and one of these things is that Bayern midfielders got a chance to thread through passes to their wingers or to their attackers. Secondly, Harry Kane could even drop down to pick up the balls, run at Chelsea defenders, and create chances. So you see how important Caicedo is to this Chelsea team. Because he wasn't up there today, the midfield had it very difficult against this Bayern side. Threading passes here and there, especially when the person helping him, Rich James, was subbed off. Now the pressure got worse. Bayern started to control the game. From that time to the end of the match, Chelsea was off. Yes, so that highlights the importance of Caicedo to this game and how Chelsea are going to struggle in his absence or when he is not having a good day. Yes, so the next point. I don't know if Enzo Maresca didn't see this. But then, the back line that Bayern Munich started with, Bayern lost 2 of these players or subbed 2 of these players off. Tar was taken off, presumably, for his yellow card that he had in the first half. So Company wanted to play safe and then brought in Kim Min-jae, meaning Kim Min-jae is a second option. Bayern got another player off through injury, still part of the back line, right? So second player, Boy, coming in, meaning he is also a second option. So meaning right now Bayern's backline has become shaky. So at this moment, I was expecting Estevao and Garnacho to come in this game. We know how good both of these players are on the ball. We know how good Garnacho can be. We know how good Estevao can be. How good they can both be with the ball running at defenders. So I think with Bayern's defense falling short, we needed players with fresh legs, players with pace to come up and then attack this Bayern defense. So I think the time Garnacho and Estevao came in this game was very bad. Was very bad today. And I think it really went against Chelsea. If they had come in earlier, some things may have changed for Chelsea, especially in the final third. Now, Liverpool. Liverpool won by 3-2 against Atlético Madrid. Yes, and I remember in the preview here, I made mention that Liverpool playing at home is a different animal. Atlético Madrid in very bad form, going away to Liverpool. I made mention here that if Atlético wants to stand a chance in this match, they shouldn't sit back. And I think Simeone listened to me. He watched Gustavo's football headquarters and listened to him. What a game from Atlético. What a game, to be honest. Going away to Liverpool, I didn't expect them to play forward. And I observed something. If they had Alvarez present today, it would have been a different ball game for Liverpool today. Currently, one of their best players, or I should say their best player right now, but he's out due to injury. The only problem that I think went against Atlético was letting their guards down and conceding 2 quick goals, 2 early goals. Within 5 minutes, they were down by 2. If they had held on till about, let's say, 20 to 30 minutes, I think this game would have turned around, or it would have finished in a different kind of manner that we didn't expect. But then, yes, Liverpool with the kind of quality they have, Mo Salah, what a goal. Atlético defense, I think, did really poorly in this situation. But then sometimes I don't want to blame them. They are not the only defenders facing this. Currently, the modern game, the modern football right now, doesn't permit defenders to defend comfortably in their 18-yard box. Anytime a defender is about to go for a tackle, he's always cautious, he's always afraid. Because the slightest of touches, there's going to be a penalty against him. So I think that was one of the main reasons why Mo Salah got it that easy. But then, we are not taking anything away from Mo Salah. That was a wonderful goal. Virgil van Dijk, one of the best defenders in our current generation, we all know, headed home for Liverpool in the dying minute to win all 3 points for Liverpool. But then Liverpool, for the past 3 games, always scoring late goals. And I think Arne Slot and his boys have to work on this. And then today, against Atlético Madrid, a dying minute header from Virgil van Dijk. Yes, so I think Arne Slot and his boys have to address this situation as soon as possible. You may not get it like that the next time.